NFL's nightmare scenario has officially arrived. A few days ago, we discussed reports that fans were planning to tune out of the Super Bowl halftime show in protest of Bad Bunny. And now, that protest has evolved into a full-blown rival production with a star-studded lineup that's looking to steal millions of viewers away from Roger Goodell. Now, Turning Point USA has officially announced the launch of the All-American Halftime Show, and the lineup they've secured is sending shockwaves through the
Isn't Bad Bunny like Puerto Rican American though?
Who is stepping up to challenge?
Apparently, they're not American. They worry about ICE coming for them.
Kid Rock,
it's the ICE
but he isn't
coming.
doing it alone. He's recruited a powerhouse roster of country music heavyweights. Brantley Gilbert, Brice, and Gabby Barrett. So now this is no longer just a boycott. This is a declaration of war on the direction of professional sports.
I actually like Brice.
Kid Rock, who's leading the charge, issued a blistering statement that perfectly summarizes why this alternative show is happening. He took a direct shot at the NFL entertainment.
I love it. You get it. He owns it. He is a hillbilly fuck. Good for him.
Kid Rock said, quote, he said he's having a dance party, wearing a dress and singing in Spanish. Cool. We want to play great songs for folks who love America. That comment about the dress refers to reports that Bad Bunny plans to wear a dress during the Super Bowl halftime show. We'll see what happens, but when you combine that with the fact that Bad Bunny has publicly criticized ICE agents and expressed fears about his fans being deported, it's clear the NFL is facing a massive cultural divide, with the organizers of the All-American Halftime Show leaning heavily into that divide, billing the event as a David versus Goliath battle. But the reality is, Goliath is already stumbling. The rival show couldn't have come at a worse time for Roger Goodell because he's already dealing with the mutiny inside his own building. As we previously reported, ESPN has confirmed that prominent NFL owners are furious about the Bad Bunny selection. One anonymous owner reportedly told Goodell directly that he, quote, should have thought through the decision better. They aren't just worried about the culture war, they're worried about money for the NFL. The NFL is currently trying to close a massive ownership deal with ESPN that requires government antitrust approval. The owners are terrified that if Bad Bunny turns his halftime show into an anti-Trump political rally, President Trump will retaliate by killing the ESPN deal. So now Roger Goodell is fighting a two-front war. On the inside, he has owners warning him that the halftime show might cost them billions in business deals. And on the outside, he now has Kid Rock and Brantley Gilbert stealing his audience. And this rival show isn't
Brantley
just
Gilbert's not stealing nobody.
It's secured major distribution. The show will air at 8 p.m. Eastern, directly opposite the NFL halftime show on YouTube, Rumble, and X. But perhaps the most concerning for the NFL is it will also be broadcast on cable television through Sinclair Broadcast Group's Charge Network, which is available on major services like YouTube TV, Hulu, and Sling. This gives the millions of Americans who feel alienated by the NFL a legitimate, high-quality place to go. And President Donald Trump has already signaled his distaste for the NFL selection, calling it ridiculous and stating that he doesn't even know who Bad Bunny is. Now the president and his supporters have a tailor-made alternative featuring artists who have been unapologetic about their love for America. This also explains why stars like Brantley Gilbert and Brice were never in the conversation for NFL events. The industry has simply moved in a different direction. But these artists are proving
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Kamal.
I'm Kim.
I'm Enzo.
Yeah.
And tonight on the new party, we are talking about some reverse discrimination going on. The rock artists, the country artists, they said the NFL is discriminating against them, y'all. For decades, Black actors, black actresses, people of color have said the same thing. But now white tees are feeling it. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm sure that's the liberals would love that tonight. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
I thought it was funny.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But nevertheless, we are going to talk about which Super Bowl show will you be watching tonight? Kid Rock or Bad Bunny? The poll is up. Kim, who are you watching and why?
I'll be watching Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny is the biggest, most influential, most talented living American artist of my generation.
Oh,
the music also slaps. Music knows no language. Music is universal. You can feel it.
Now, Kamal, you play the slappers of the day on your channel. For those watching, please go check out Kamal's channel. Is this a slapper that you would be playing?
Hell no. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't watching neither one of these motherfuckers Super Bowl halftime thing. I'm gonna be at that point. I'm probably gonna be drunk, talking with my friend and my lady. You feel me? Eating some wings and some pizza. I don't care about neither one of these halftime shows. But Kimberly, Kendrick Lamar. That's all I gotta say.
I'm from LA. Last year's show was fucking great. I was like, they made that show for me. It was amazing. I have no complaints. 10 out of 10. No notes. 100%. Yeah, I love Kendrick.
Look it. I'm gonna just ask y'all. I'm gonna just go in the group chat. Y'all let me know how the halftime show go, cause I really don't give a damn. I care more about. I'm sorry, me. I want the Patriots to lose.
That's rude. What do you mean?
Rude. Okay.
What do you mean? How can you say something like that? The Patriots are gonna win. We're gonna pull it out. The Patriots are gonna win. I keep telling myself that in my mind, and I feel like if I say it loud enough, it's gonna manifest itself. Self-actualization is gonna happen.
All right.
Yeah, I hope your team wins.
Thank you, Kimberly. Somebody in this fucking group chat loves me. Thank you, Kim.
Welcome.
Well, this is the preview for Kid Rock. Let's see what he will be doing. I'm back with the Beaver hats and Ben Davis slacks, 30 pounds, rock and roll. No Rogaine in the propane flow. The chosen one, I'm the living proof with the gift to get. So Enzo, which Super Bowl will you be supporting?
I hope both teams have fun. That's my entire thought on it. I can honestly care less about the fucking Super Bowl because the Eagles ain't playing in it, to be honest with you. So I'm not really going to pay attention to either. But I don't understand the point of this entire debate. I mean, people are going to watch what they want to watch. Personally, I'd rather watch Kid Rock than anybody else, than Bad Bunny or any of this. And again, it's just going to turn into a political rally. Fuck ICE, fuck Donald Trump, everything like that. You have Green Day performing at the halftime show too. I'd rather see just Green Day up there. I'd rather see that. I don't understand how you have somebody that's performing that refuses to sing in English to an English crowd or people that speak English to that's the market for the United States. I don't understand that and why this is blown out of proportion to the point that it is. I think it's stupid as all hell, and it's going to be commercial suicide on behalf of the NFL if they let it turn into what the majority of us expect it to be. Because we already know Green Day is not going to play by the rules. And then once they don't, Bad Bunny ain't going to play by the rules. So it's going to be a shit show for the NFL.
Well, he wearing a dress? Y'all think
I was about to show you a preview of what Bad Bunny will be doing.
Also, I just want to add one thing. I would love for the liberals to keep the same energy that they have for for Donald Trump with allegations for Bad Bunny, how multiple women has accused him as well as his entire crew of gang raping people and sexual assault and sexual harassment. I want them to keep that same energy.
I sure will.
Well, I see Mia's not on camera, so I'm going to move on. But, oh, Mia, you're back. So, Mia,
I'm back.
pretty much, some people in the chat, they saying, why he got to speak English? This is America. I don't think people understand that Donald Trump has made this the official language. And here in Florida, you can no longer get a driver's license if you cannot do the test in English. So we kind of moving away from having all these languages. Mia, what you think about that? And what's your response to that?
I mean, I speak English. I do not speak any other language besides sarcasm and cussing. And if we count those as separate, that's 3 separate languages I speak. But, you know, honestly, I could personally care less. I mean, I don't think Bad Bunny's that great, but I don't knock anybody who likes him. I personally like reggaeton, even though I don't understand all of it. But I will say it is the wrong direction for the NFL, considering the majority of the people that are watching the NFL are American and they do not speak a secondary language. They just speak English. This is not football or soccer, which is much more prominent with people of Latin descent. So it just doesn't make sense to have an artist that is not going to at least have some English songs in an English-speaking country where 99% of the people watching it are going to be speaking English, American English specifically. It is a little weird, but I mean, the decision's made now, so I mean, good luck to him.
Kamal, what do you think?
Fuck it, I'm gonna be goofy with this. Why don't they just splice the halftime shows together, splice Kid Rock with Bad Bunny. Let's go with Kid Bunny. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's just go all turn it all the way up. You feel me? Hey, just make shit interesting. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I think it's like I'm using Kendrick Lamar halftime show, for example. There's people that didn't give a fuck about that halftime show. What they do? Mm-hmm. They wasn't talking about, I want to pick another halftime show. No, they do what most people do that don't give a fuck about the halftime show. If they at a bar or whatever watching the game, they go to the bar, go get another drink. If you at somebody's house and you watching the game, you end up go getting some food, talking to somebody. This shit is making it a big deal out of nothing. Feel me? Like that's how I feel about it. Like if you want to watch Kid Rock, go over there and you know what I mean, do some meth off a stripper's titty while he sings his songs. Be my guest. And if y'all want
that is inherently more American.
Hey, you feel me? Or if you want to watch Bad Bunny in a dress shaking his ass, be my fucking guest. I don't care. I said what I want to say. You feel me? You know, I'm sad too, Enzo. My Packers not in it. You feel me? We both in the L section though. God damn.
I hope both teams have fun.
Yeah. Hope y'all have a great time.
Thank you, Enzo. That was very politically correct of you. I have your private number. Don't be talking shit on my Patriots. I don't think I won't spam you.
Fuck the Patriots. I'm gonna be real. I want to see Drake May win. I do. I do want to see that.
Thank you.
You muted, Nora. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Sports, yeah. Overpaid gladiators. All right.
So pretty much, I showed you guys the preview of Kid Rock. I showed you the preview of Bad Bunny. This is Reverend Jordan Wells, who, by the way, guys, we will be having come on next Wednesday night. He'll be back with us. He was featured on TMZ. This is what he has to say.
Reverend Jordan Wells is a longtime Kansas City Chiefs fan, but he says he is boycotting the Super Bowl this year because of the choice of Bad Bunny for the halftime show.
So, is your objection rooted in his view of ICE and the immigration, or is it because he sings in Spanish?
It has nothing to do with him being in Spanish. It has everything to do with his divisiveness as a star. The Super Bowl used to be, when I was growing up, we never even talked about the Super Bowl and politics. It was the one thing as Americans that caused us all to unite. That was what it was. Whether it was racism or the civil rights movement, it was always the Super Bowl that, and we weren't black, we weren't white, we weren't Democrat, we weren't Republicans, we were Americans. If you are going to be on a platform that big, like Michael Jackson, like Prince, like the others, they stayed out of politics. You should not be a person that wants to demonize half of the country and then say, "Oh, well, come watch us. We want you to watch us and give us your views and give us your your dollars and your money and all that." No.
Do you expect and do you want to see ICE or DHS agents actually at the Super Bowl in the arena potentially? Is that something that you are looking for? And do you expect there to be vocal protests of Bad Bunny in the arena, in the stadium?
I expect this Super Bowl to be the most political Super Bowl we've ever seen because of who they picked and because of how the NFL has handled that. The NFL is obviously sending a message to half of the country that have voted for Trump that we don't care how you feel, we don't care what you think. And so I just put a call out to all people. We should stop watching it.
Do you think it's appropriate, since ICE is going to be there, that they would actually go inside the stadium to make a statement?
I don't think the ICE will do that, but if they do, I stand with. I don't agree with everything that ICE does, but I stand with ICE because I understand that you don't swing to the left or right. So because ICE does a few, that's like saying because we have a bad officer that does something, we should get rid of police. No, if there needs to be reforms, if there needs to be things done, we fight for those. But we don't say we get rid of police because one police officer does something bad or because a few ICE agents do something bad.
But there have been other halftime performers who, before they were selected, had voiced political opinions. Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen, Jennifer Lopez.
In my opinion, he has made himself a centerpiece of politics. So where other ones might have said something here and there, he has been a political activist for one side. From him endorsing Kamala and the comments he made, I followed that because I was commenting on the election. He was very much a big-time Kamala supporter. So he already rubbed half the country wrong with a lot of his demonizing them.
So if Kid Rock were doing the halftime show, should everyone boycott?
I don't think politics has any place in sport. Americans are tired of celebrities that make $20 million a year telling us that we are bad people because middle America, Southern America wants secure borders and we want our immigration enforced. We're tired of it. The vice president said something that's very, very, I love it. He said, just because we are a nation of immigrants doesn't mean we have to have the worst immigration policy in the world.
Okay, guys, once again, for those of you joining, we will be having Reverend Jordan Wells. He's a good friend of the show. We've been rocking with him before TMZ was calling. We was calling. So he's a friend of ours for over a year now. We appreciate you, Jordan. If you are watching, thank you so much for all that you do. But nevertheless, I got to say, someone said it best. I think we should be giving away tickets to ICE agents. NFL, you need to be fair. The United States of America has supported you since the 1960s. ICE agents, I'm sure, have supported you as well. So we really need a balance. You say you want to represent all sides of America. You should be having ICE agents, police officers, people in our armed services. They should have a whole section. That'll be how you rectify picking this political person. But someone asked, what did Beyonce or Lopez say? Well, Beyonce was very anti-police. What did Lopez say? I forget what he said. He said something against Trump, but I'm going to let Kimberly go. Kimberly, what's your thoughts? What's your response to what the Reverend said?
He thinks it's going to be like the most political NFL of all time.
Right. He thinks basically what a lot of people think, and I'm going to play what Bad Bunny said at the Grammys because he definitely added salt on the wound. As you guys may or may not know, Bad Bunny said he's not going to tour the United States. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kimberly. He said he's not going to tour the United States of America while there's ICE enforcement going on because he's concerned about his fans getting picked up by ICE. Am I right by that? I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Yes, his last tour, and that's why he decided to have the majority of his tour at a residency in Puerto Rico, which helps the Puerto Rican economy. I know so many people who've already been to Puerto Rico just to go see him.
But don't ICE is ICE in Puerto Rico?
Well, no, I don't know if ICE is in Puerto Rico, but that's different. Puerto Rico's attacking cities here, not Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are Americans. He's talking about his fan base.
Right. So he's concerned about his fan base that are outside of being Puerto Rican.
Right.
Okay. So tell me your counter to what everything that the Reverend said. What would you say as somebody that's a fan of Bad Bunny to counter what he said?
With regards to this, he thinks this is going to be the most political NFL. Sure. Yeah. I think Bad Bunny aims to please. I think he's going to throw in maybe a little Drake or some Daddy Yankee or maybe even some Cardi B up in there. I don't think he's going to go like balls to the wall. Do I think he's going to wear a dress? Maybe just, for the topic of conversation. Yeah, he believes in trans rights. It just brings attention to that topic. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Do you think he's going to kiss a man on stage like he did at that other award show?
Sure. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being gay or trans. But I don't think he'll do that at the Super Bowl. I
really hope he doesn't do that because I
think it's more family oriented. Yeah, he's very calculated. Okay. He's very smart. He's a good business. Well, maybe not like smart, but he's making money. He's not going to want to lose money or lose fans so I'm pretty sure it'll be more calculated than that. Artists are savvy business people more than anything, because sometimes you get some of the biggest artists you'll see now are just very cunning and calculated. That's what they are. But yeah, I really like Bad Bunny's music. Huge Bad Bunny fan. I'm in regards to his music. I like reggaeton. I like Spanish music, and I think this whole conversation about him separating or alienating people from watching that just because they don't speak Spanish, I think he'll aim to please. We'll see. But even if he does do it all in Spanish, he's doing that to represent the very, very, very long time injustice and marginalization of Puerto Ricans who speak Spanish, who are American, who have no representation in Congress, who are literally a colony. So he's speaking to his, people. He's making a point across. I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. And then like the counter halftime show, I mean, they're doing the same thing. Kid Rock is just as political. So that goes both ways. Also, if it was somebody who had like good music, I'd be like, oh, okay, well then maybe, we can watch both, or I'll watch that one after. But Kid Rock, give me a break. I do like Brice Lee though.
Well, there's someone you like, but nevertheless, I do have the clip that Marion is talking about. Goodell came out and said the halftime show will not be political. So that means it will be political. Well, let's play the clip leading up to that, because to all of that said, the reason why he had to say that is because of Bad Bunny's speech at the Grammys on Sunday.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Enzo, can you explain to the people why that's wrong, what that guy said? Can you explain to the people? Please explain.
Let's break it down from the beginning, because he said, before I say thank God, I'm going to say ice out. I'm sorry, you're a fucking demon. You're gonna say ice out before you're gonna thank God for the gift that he gave you to be a recognized world star like you are. We serious right now? Also, my thing is this. So we're going to the Grammys, right? You have every person there wearing a special pin. They all have the exact same pin, ice out. Tell me this isn't organized without telling me this is. I'm sorry. Tell me this is organized without telling me that this was organized for them to do that. For them to all have these speeches about ICE out and all have the same pins. Again, like I said in the group chat to you guys earlier, this is performative outrage that these people are being paid to do these things, to push a narrative out there. Nobody said a fucking word from 2003 until 2016, 2017, when Donald Trump came into office about DHS or ICE. And then from 2020 through 2024, nobody said a fucking word. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these performers, these celebrities, all these people. Nobody said a word about ICE, DHS doing their job for nearly 20-something years. Nobody said a word from 2020 through 2024 when Joe Biden was doing it. Nobody cared when Obama was doing it. It is performative outrage to rile their base up, to try to stop anything and everything Donald Trump is doing, because there's only 2 administrations since ICE has been a thing, since DHS has been a thing, where they've done this. Again, if you cannot see this in clear view, I'm sorry, you are just brainwashed. I'm sorry, there's no point of having conversations with people if they can't see through the fucking bullshit. This is ridiculous. And now it's getting to this point. Well, I'm not surprised, because Roger Goodell is probably one of the worst owners of any sports, anything that has to do with sports in the history of sports. They call it the no fun league for a reason. He has been he says it's not going to be political, but they allow everything to be political in the NFL. But they don't allow the athletes to have fun, which is crazy. This is going to be political during the halftime show. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, the 2 people that are performing, like I said, Green Day as well as Billy Joe Armstrong, is very fucking shot out at this point. He used to be anti-establishment. Now I'm a liberal as fuck and fuck Donald Trump and vote for the Democrats, which makes no sense. Punk rock is anti-government, but hey, that's a story for another day. And then Bad Bunny, who thinks his fan base is going to get deported. If you think your fan base is going to get deported, then they should be deported, because they're probably illegal immigrants. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it straight up. Like, what? Are we really coping for illegal immigrants now? Like, that's what we're doing? Like, get the fuck out of here with this. This is just insane. The point that the United States is gone. People that care about the law, and then ones that just say, hey, it's okay to break the law, and I'm going to say ICE out to protect my fan base, because without them, I can't make money. Like, come on.
Like the hypocrisy of it all. I mean, Kamal, you live in California. What's your thoughts? I mean, these people, let's be real, they hire the cheapest labor they can get, and unfortunately, I mean, what population is that in California? This is where these people are.
I mean, look, I'll say this. I don't know if these niggas are illegal immigrants, but you feel me? Sometimes I'll be going to the store and they don't speak full English. They be like, nigga, you need to learn Spanish. And I'm like, well, damn. I will say this though. Why Bad Bunny always look like he's surprised he made it out? He always has a surprised look on his face. I can't believe they eating this shit up. That's what every time. I'm like, Bad Bunny out here going crazy. You feel me? But will this be political? I don't know, but I will say that if this nigga Bad Bunny kisses a dude on stage, he better get shunned the same way that Janet Jackson got shunned because Justin Timberlake pulled her titty out.
That part.
I'm just saying. All right. But yeah, I guess I'll be a Seahawk fan on Sunday. I'm sorry, Mia. I know.
Mia, I support your team.
Thank you, Kimberly. At least somebody's in my corner.
I don't know what team
I said I want Drake May to win.
You get a partial point, Enzo.
I cannot support your team because Cardi B and her sorry ass baby daddy are associated with your team. Sorry. I'm supporting the Seahawks. Sierra, nice wholesomeness. Is that guy still playing for the Seahawks? Sierra's baby daddy or no?
Yeah, Stephon Diggs. He's still
not Stephon Diggs.
Sierra.
Russell?
Oh, Wilson.
Yeah, Russell.
Sierra's husband plays for that team?
He played.
used
He
to.
played for the Bronx. I think
Oh.
he's on the Patriots. Or no, I think he's on
He's
the.
on the Bronx.
He was on the Giants.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I was gonna
He's
say that. or
so
the Steelers.
unmemorable. None of us have figured out what team he plays for. We're gonna have to Google this shit. We're gonna have to figure out which team Russell plays
chat
for.
said Giants. The chat said
Gotcha.
Giants. But anyways, I'm gonna play this next clip for Mia. Mia, this is for you. This is what Goodell had to say.
Giants.
Giants. Okay.
Bunny made a pretty clear anti-ICE statement at the Grammys last night. What are you expecting in terms of political statement, whether that's from Bad Bunny or Green Day or any of the other performers?
On your first question, security is obviously one of the things we focus on the most. It's a Tier 1 level event that involves unique assets at the federal level, state level, and the local level, all working together. I think Tier 1 is probably been the category we've had since at least the turn of the century, if not before that. So I just anticipate we'll continue to do the work to make it the safest event. On your second question, I think everybody in listen, Bad Bunny is, and I think that was demonstrated last night, one of the great artists in the world. And that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, and that this platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
Yeah, he should be nervous. To Kim's point, he do sound nervous. He should be nervous. They about to have ICE agents there. They probably gonna have hella protesters on both sides. I think it's going to be a very chaotic Super Bowl. I could be wrong. Mia, what do you think about what he had to say?
I think it's very telling. The first thing he talked about was security, and he mentioned federal elements to it. So that right there tells me they're anticipating not friendlies being there, that they're anticipating the potentiality of protesters and whatnot, and something happening, because he could have just said, Bad Bunny can say whatever he wants to say. He's not on our platform, but that's not what he said. The first thing he mentioned was security. So that tells me he clearly is nervous, and they are anticipating some sort of violence. Whether it happens is obviously something else, but clearly the very first thing on his mind was security. So they're obviously anticipating something to happen, or they've had threats of violence that we obviously don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's coming, guys.
Before we wrap, I want to take a quick moment to talk about how you can support the new party. We are an independent media platform. No corporate backers, no political handlers, just a collection of voices representing all American viewpoints, especially the stories they don't want you talking about.
I'm disgusted with our government, and it doesn't matter which party you're talking about. I'm disgusted.
We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day.
This is the first time in history that an American cardinal has ever been elevated to pope. It is legitimately make America great again.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Illegal. Like, and they burning the flag and shit.
Like I always say, it was a great episode. I'm happy with the wins that Donald Trump's.
Like you heard Nora Skeptic say, we're going to keep bringing like different types of content and things that we know people want to see. And like we always say on the New Party, always vote.
If you believe Americans can still have civil discourse, even in these polarizing times, we need your help to stay independent and keep growing. You can support us by donating to our GoFundMe page, becoming a channel member, sending a super chat, or grabbing merch from the New Party store. Every donation goes directly toward growing the channel promotion and our upcoming documentary. And as a thank you, donors will receive an exclusive copy of the documentary 1 week before it premieres. Who is the New Party? We're you, your voice, your stories, your America. We can only do this together. So if you're able, please donate and help us get the message out.